This is the 2015 Honda Fit, or the new and improved 2015 Honda Fit, as Honda would tell you. And this is the 2015 Toyota Yaris. No major new and improved features here, although there are some interior and styling upgrades lately. Originally, we were going to run the Toyota Yaris and Honda Fit in the same video. Because of scheduling issues, we couldn't do that. So video 1 is on the Toyota Yaris. At the end we'll have a link for the Honda Fit video. Or if you want to switch over to the Honda Fit now, we have a link right here on top. But if you're considering buying one of these, you might as well watch the videos on both, because these vehicles are pretty evenly matched. Under the hood is a proven 109 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. There are two transmission choices. This one here is a 4-speed automatic rated at 30 to 36 miles per gallon. Some models have a 5-speed manual with a slight improvement in gas mileage. There are about a dozen cars in this class, and if you've ever read the major automotive publications where they compare all of them together, the Yaris often comes out on the bottom of the list. And there's two reasons why. And that brings us back to the engine, which has been around for 15 years, not exactly the latest in design technology. And back to the 4-speed automatic, while most competitors are using 5 or 6-speed automatics. While the actual performance specs might be considered the bad news, there's one area these car magazines don't test for, and that brings us to the good news, and that's reliability and durability. The fact is, if you took all the small cars on the planet, lumped them together, and graded them for reliability and durability, the Yaris would be up there in the top 5%, matched only maybe by the Honda Fit. Fact is, when the warranty is gone, the reliability will still be there, and to me that's an excellent selling point for this car. Something to consider if you're planning on keeping it for a long time. As you can see, we got the 4-door hatchback, which was well equipped for around $18,000. There is a 2-door shorter version of this, which because of the lighter weight offers better performance and slightly better handling and is more fun to drive. That starts around $15,000. Let's take a look at the interior. You can actually fit 2 full-size adults in the second row seats. Plenty of headroom too. Rear hatch storage area. And we do actually get a real spare tire. Unusual for a car in this price range. A good gauge cluster design. At first I didn't find much room in the glove box. Solved that problem by taking all the paperwork out and storing it elsewhere. Now we have lots of room. Actually, this is a pretty big box considering the small size of the car. One feature that stands out 100%, the climate control system. This is the best way to go. 3 simple knobs, one for the temperature, one for the fan speed, one for the direction. That's it, folks. That's all you need. All these other complicated systems we get, especially on the expensive European cars with all the touch graphs and little buttons and nonsense. This is the only way to do it. Why change perfect? I did have one gripe. There's no center console here to rest my arm on because of this big emergency brake. It'd be nice to have something, but we don't. So you just have to get used to it. Toyota didn't skip on the quality of these seats. I took this car on a 350-mile trip. Found them to be very comfortable. During my commuting, I did find one thing to really bitch about. I would think for $18,000 I could get satellite radio instead of AM FM. Please, who listens to AM FM anymore? Doesn't work on long trips. I hear it's offered as an option though. Before we do our daytime driving, we're going to do some night cruising and see how these headlights perform. Here we have a distance of 100 feet on low beams, more than adequate. High beams, plenty of light as well. From a distance of 300 feet, high beams light up the building quite well. Low beams, we have a cutoff around that distance. So on back roads, we might want to keep it on high. We're going to do some daytime driving, and I've noticed my first positive feature. That is, unlike other vehicles with large amounts of glass, the dash does not reflect into the windshield regardless of the angle of the sun. Not enough to matter anyway. Getting to the acceleration of the engine, lots of noise, but I think there's some high school sprinters that could jog this fast. I drove a Hemi Challenger last week. This is a big shock difference. This car has excellent steering feel and the cornering ability is very good. That's because I had the upgraded SE model, which has a sport suspension with sway bars and quicker steering ratio, which is going to be slightly different than the base Yaris. As you can see, it's taking corners quite well without a bunch of tire screeching or spinning out, and I do not have the traction control on. Oh, there we go. And these brakes are just perfect with nice firm feel and response, but once again, I have the upgraded model with four-wheel disc. Cheaper models come with rear drums, but I've driven those and never had a problem with those either. A note on this 4-speed automatic gearbox: if you're just driving in the city, keeping it under 50 miles per hour, it's really not going to be much different than the 5-speed automatic or 6-speed automatic as far as fuel economy and acceleration go. It's only on highway driving where it's going to make a difference. And it could be worse. Toyota could have given us one of those horrible CVT automatics. Then we'd really have something to complain about. Given the choice, I'd rather take the 4-speed. On the freeway, the only disadvantage with the 4-speed automatic is we're missing a 5th or 6th gear, of course. That means I'm revving the engine a bit higher than I would otherwise, around 3,200 RPM at 75 miles per hour. Gas mileage is running around 33 miles per gallon. If you do most of your commuting in the city, I don't think the lack of extra gear will be a problem for you. On extended highway trips, I do notice a lot of wind noise and a bit of thumping on the suspension, but nothing serious. I can get used to it. Otherwise, it's reasonably comfortable for a small car. The bottom line is the Yaris does have some disadvantages because of the slightly outdated drivetrain. On the other hand, if you're looking for a nice, solid, reliable commuter that's going to be out of the shop and on the road driving, this is certainly one of the top picks. And if you're concerned about the fuel economy performance of a car with a 4-speed automatic, certain models of this do come with a 5-speed manual. Next up is an excellent alternative, the Honda Fit. The link for that video is right here.